Hello, and welcome back to Wonderland Asylum. We're back today with stage 29 of the Hachette Partworks release of Build the U96 U-boat. So, what are we doing in stage 29? We're basically adding some more connectors to the hull to get ready to expand it out, and adding a cable, and that's about it really. So, without further ado, let's see what's in the pack today. So, in today's pack we have a cable, which I'm going to take the label off just now. And given what it is we're actually building, I think the colours are quite apt, don't you? We have some connectors for the hull. We have a label for said cable. And we have 3 bags of screws. Now these screws are AM screws, DM screws and DP screws. So there are 4 DM screws, there are 5 AM screws and there are 3 DP screws. Okay. And that is all that comes in today's pack. But the first thing we need is to bring over the hull assembly that we worked on previously. And we need access to this, the printed circuit board that we encased in the plastic case and wired everything up. Now, what essentially we're doing is taking this cable and we're putting the label, which is Alpha 1, on the end of the cable. Again, similar distance, not too close to the end but not too far away either. And it's plugging in label side to that port just there. The only vacant port still here. So again, if you look at the plug, you can line it up with the socket, making sure you put it in the right way, and it should slide in nicely, just like that. Now the next thing we need to do is get this connector here, looking just like this, and it slips onto the hull with the tapered edge just there, facing away from the section we already have. So line on just like that. And it's going to be attached with 4 AM screws, which are these ones here. As usual, there is one spare. Now, I do keep them around for a little while, but you don't tend to need to, because they give you enough in each stage. It's just handy to have them in case for some reason you are missing screws later on. Because, you know, with the best will in the world, sometimes it happens that they put the wrong bag of screws in. Okay. Next one up here. So it's been a little while since I worked on the U-boat. I've kind of fallen behind a little bit with it. There we go, very nice. Let's say these are going into metal. I've never found with either Titanic, the Bismarck, or now the U-boat the need to use any sort of oil or anything, because they seem to go in pretty well. The only reason you can hear the screwdriver skipping is because this screwdriver head is starting to wear a little bit, so we'll need to get a new one just soon. And the final screw goes in just here. But yeah, if you're doing some of the 1/8 cars, then you will 100% need to use some sort of lubricating oil, because they are, yeah, they're not the best. Okay. Ah, right, I see. Okay, so what we're doing is removing the AM screw that is here, just this one there that we fitted previously. That's now getting taken out. And is no longer required according to the instructions, and may be kept as a spare. Okay. Now if it would come out, that would be useful. There we go. It's to be replaced with one of the DM screws. Now they're slightly longer. That's these ones here. Now they have supplied us with 4 of them. At the moment we only need the 1. And what we're doing is taking this bracket here and I think it's this bracket here. Let me have a look. Ah, it is indeed, yes. But it's going in like this, from what I can see. At least it appears to be. Hang on. Just making sure, because what they're saying to do is put the bracket in. Ah, right, okay. Okay, I get you. There we are. And that top one should line up with that hole there. Right, okay. But make sure that this wire is coming through that hole there. And that should help everything line up correctly. So take the big long DM screw, and now that wire's nicely in the road. Screw both connectors together perfectly, just like that. Yep, nice one. And I now need one of the DP screws, which are these boys here, the black ones that we get in this stage. And now line up the bracket with a hole on the top here and screw that in there. You should be able to feel it coming out the other side if you're holding it like me. Again, you don't want to make it too tight, but you want to make it tight enough. And that should look just like that. When it's all secure, tucking that wire out of the way, we take the final bracket, which looks like this, and it is going, yet again, need to remove the AM screw from here. So again, you can see it's just there. So So I'm assuming we'll need another DM screw in just a moment, so I'll get it out and get it ready first, so I'm not messing about too much. Okay, so yet again, this AM screw just there is getting removed. And more or less discarded. This bracket is going in just here, and it's being held in now with a DM screw instead of an AM screw. It's quite hard to get the pressure required while still holding on to the top of the bracket, but there we go. And then that will be held onto this top piece with another DP screw. Again, it is a self-tapping screw, and thus will cut its own threads. But you do want to keep a hold of it to make sure once it starts coming out the other side, you don't try to continue tightening, because it is quite tight anyway. But that's it. Perfect. Now you can see there where one of the magnetic pieces is going to go, and that's where we have the removable side panel, and that is us for stage 29. So that's us for stage 29. What's coming in stage 30? It's the next piece of the bottom of the hull, the keel, essentially. So having a look, we basically added the bracketry to the top there that will allow us to fit more sort of hull sections in later on, but that's how she's looking. What we're going to be doing next is adding a large section on here, so she's going to get even longer. And we do also get a little cardboard stand to sit it on. Will I use it? Probably not, because it doesn't look very nice. But yeah, so join me for issue 30. Thanks as always for watching. Any feedback, comments, criticisms or concerns, drop them below. Do leave me a like and do subscribe to see the rest of the U96 U-boat, the rest of the RMS Titanic and the 1966 Batmobile. But thanks as always for watching, guys, and you know the drill by now. Peace out, everyone.